Okay. Okay. 10 minutes now at this. 10 minutes. Okay. You know how you have that one lash that just irritate the heck out of your eye? Me. I'm just gonna give up on it. It's just gonna be irritated too. Why is it so cold in Miami? Why? It was 44 degrees when I fell asleep last night. Probably reached the low 30s last night. Absolutely too cold. Absolutely too cold. And I know I'm starting off the video complaining, but who gives a damn? Because y'all love me. So I'm going to continue playing it. 3, why my face so pale? I usually have a little baggy bag going on down there. Why my face so pale? Is it because it's so cold here? I look like the ghost. But y'all, take me as I am. Love me. This is me. If this your first time on my channel, yes. Everything over here helps y'all. Make sure you subscribe to your girl channel. Like my video, of course. Leave a comment, whether it's at the beginning, middle, or the ending. Just communicate with me. Talk to me. Talk to me nice, you know? And if you already a part of my crew, you know what time it is. It's time for another story time. Yeah, we're gonna laugh a little bit. We're gonna talk about some people. And it's all entertainment, you feel me? So before my brain gets to running off the railroad tracks, let me stay in. Let me stay in. We're gonna get into the story time. Let's go. So y'all, nope, we ain't talking about the YNs. We ain't talking about the old pissy home girls. We ain't talking about somebody that done did me wrong, child. Now we ain't talking about that. We gonna keep it. We gonna take it to this kind of. We gonna take it to this side of the field today. We gonna talk about aftercare, YMCA. Yeah. So y'all, I was like 24, 25. I applied to the YMCA, got the job. I have a video about my boss there was trying to hit on your girl, trying to take me down. I'm gonna list that video down below in case y'all want to go like check it out, catch up a little bit or whatever, whatever. But I started working at the YMCA at this elementary school down south. Very lovely, big school. I was very excited because I hadn't worked with children before. They hired me without even having my certifications, but I was still working on it while working there. So eventually I was gonna get my certifications. You feel me? So my first day, nerve wracking, but it went smooth. It was just 3 of us, 3 ladies. We have the boss, Natasha, the one who tried to take me down. I don't even care if I say her real name now, but she tried to take me down. It was another lady, Miss A. She was Spanish, and she had the younger group of children from like kindergarten, I want to say, to like 2nd grade, and then there was my other half. I had from like 3rd grade to the 5th grade. So I had the bigger children, right? So the first day is nerve wracking. We're in a cafeteria. I'm introducing myself. Do not call me Miss my last name. No, I'm not that old. I'm only 25 years old. Call me Londa or call me Miss Londa, you know? Keep it very cordial. Keep it cute, kids. But the kids was very respectful, y'all. Very sweet. Every kid had their own personality, let me tell you. I just wasn't ready. How do y'all parents do it? Listen, how do y'all do it? I don't have kids yet, but working at that damn school, I learned very quick that kids is they're a lot. I had to say, sit down, stop that, don't do that, put it down. Hey, I told you don't do that. Sit down, sit down. Don't, y'all do that all day anyway. The kids was very cool, y'all. So we have our separate groups, and the first thing the kids do after school when they get into the aftercare program is homework. Once they finish their homework, it's playtime. We put out the games, the toys, we go to the court, we play, we have a good time till the parents do a pickup. So I'm like a week or 2 in, and I'm noticing this little girl. We're gonna call her Marilyn because that Marilyn, right? That's her name. This was so long ago. Marilyn, every day she would come, like, because she's supposed to be in Miss A group. She was like 5 or 6 years old, a little sweet little white girl, very country. And the most beautiful thing I remember about her, she would, yeah, my day was very good in class. Yeah, my parents, they brought me some of these shoes. Child, she would tuck that little hair behind her ear just like this. Yeah, my day was so good. She was so she was so classy. I noticed, like, when they finished their homework, she would come from her group, Miss A, and she would come sit next to me, like at the cafeteria table. She would be locked arms with me like every single day. I noticed that. Like, you ever been a child and you look at an adult, you staring at them because it's something about them you like, whether it's their hair, the way they talk, the way they dress, the things they're doing. As kids, we find we look at things we like, you know. So she would stare at me all the time. She would be under me all the time. I mean, clearly it was something that Marilyn liked about me. And I accepted her because she was a sweet little girl. Yeah, let's play. And our game was man collar. Marilyn used to kick my ass in some man collar, y'all. I ain't never been beat by a little 5, 6 year old so many times in my life. You know, man collar is that little game with the marbles and you put it in the little slots. She used to whip my butt in that game all the time. So this is what I remember about Marilyn. She was attached to me. She was a very pretty little girl, very smart, well spoken. She used to love to tuck her hair behind her ear. She loved me, and I eventually grew to like Marilyn very, very much. Y'all, she was just very, very sweet. So as the weeks going on, you know, I allow her to come to my group. Once she finished with her group over with Miss A, once she said it was okay for her to come over to my group, that was my girl. She became like my little goddaughter. I used to talk to her mom when it was time for pickups. We used to have like we used to talk about little conversations about just just stuff. Like we built a bond, me and the mom, you know. I just liked Marilyn. Marilyn was my girl and I was her girl. So after a few more weeks of that, like her being under me, now I'm starting to like recognize that, hey, Marilyn is a smart little girl. Let me just talk to her a little more. So I'm asking her questions, you know, like, all right, Marilyn, so when you go home, do you do your homework for real or do you get on the game? Like, we talking like that. I'm talking to her like she's a teenager and she's responding to me. And I go to ask, I'm like, so Marilyn, like, you know, how many siblings you have? And she's like, I have a twin sister. So I'm like, oh, I didn't know you have a twin sister. She was like, yeah, I have a twin sister. So I'm like, okay. So my thoughts were, you know, this is aftercare. The YMCA is not that much or it's free. Like, why isn't your twin here? So I'm like, well, do your twin go to the school? She was like, no, she's at home. So I'm like, okay. You know, I'm still thinking like, okay, maybe something wrong with her. Maybe something wrong with her. Maybe she have a disability. These are all my thoughts, you know, because Marilyn is a healthy little 5 or 6 year old, you know. Maybe the girl is at another school. I'm just having all these thoughts, but I'm still talking to Marilyn, you know. And she's just like, yeah, that's my twin, and I only have a twin, and she's just going on and on about her twin. I'm like, okay, okay. I also want to point out how her personality had me. I used to think about it sometimes. Now, it wasn't really a big deal. The reason why I thought about it sometimes was because, for example, like when I would tell her to go inside of the, because I started having her do my little, like, you know, having her do little things for me because she enjoyed it, you know. So I started having her go into the cabinet and get in the box of the little Legos. Go, okay, Marilyn, go inside the closet, get the box of Legos. She would go inside of the closet and get the Legos, but she would be inside of the closet too long. Now, mind you, it's not one of those closets you can walk into. You can just open and grab what you're looking for. But she would stand there a little long, just staring at something sometime. Like I say, wasn't very alarming, but kind of like, you know, like her personality. She played with the other children. Besides being up under me, she would play with the other children. She got along with everybody. People loved Marilyn because she was so T, you know. But that was really the only thing that made me think about her personality a little bit, because sometimes when she's by herself, she just be by herself. And I guess as a kid that's normal, but I don't have children. Y'all tell me if that's normal. Other children playing around, having a good time, and you're just sitting at the table quiet to yourself, you know? Those were the only reasons why I would think twice about Marilyn's personality. Other than that, Marilyn was perfect, perfect little girl. The bathroom routine is pretty simple. We make them stand up. Miss A have her crew, I have my crew. We line them against the wall. We have them walk in the straight line outside of the cafeteria to the outside of the cafeteria. And once they get outside of the cafeteria, they know to get in a straight line, and they do what? Y'all remember this? Hand on your lips. So once all of the kids are in line and hands on the lip and everybody is ready to walk to the restroom, we lined them up in a straight line in front of each restroom, boys, girls. So sometimes the kids take a little while. They're little kids. She have little kids, I have big kids. So we're waiting. The kids are taking turns going in the bathroom. The bathroom have like 4 stalls, maybe 5. No, it was like four. So we let them go in by like two or three. Y'all go use the restroom. Make sure y'all wash your hands. Little dirty little things. Just disease carrying little kids. Make sure you wash your hands, use the restroom, and come back out. Get to the back of the line. That is the routine. So time is going on. Sometimes Miss A has to go inside of the bathroom with the kids and help them. So I remember talking to one of the kids in the back of the line, and one of my big kids was in the bathroom and called for some help. So Miss A go into the bathroom with one of my kids, and she goes into help. Now, mind you, I really don't like doing that. It took me a couple weeks to even go inside of the restroom with these children, because I tell you what, you won't be having me on Channel 6 News talking about she did this to this kid. Hell no. It took me a long time to even go in the restroom with these children. I'm telling you, because I don't want to be accused of nothing. I don't want to see nothing. I don't want to touch nothing. I don't want to help the kids with their pants, nothing. It took a while for me to do that. But Miss A was head in first. She would go help them children in there, right? So she walks inside of the restroom. Now, mind you, most of the children already took their turn. They're ready to go back in the cafeteria. Miss A is still inside of one of the restrooms with the kids. And so I'm like, where's Marilyn? You know, it was like the ending of the line. I'm like, where's Marilyn? So I go inside of the restroom, and it's like, I'm like, yo, who's Marilyn? Alicia, whoever, y'all come out, come out. It's time to go back in the cafeteria. So the little girl Alicia comes out. She washes her hands real quick, and she goes to the back of the line. So I see some little feet under the stall. So I'm like, hey, Marilyn, is that you? I hear some like whispering. Not no crazy whispering. Like, it was just some slight whisper, a little giggle kind of ish. Like, you can tell she was kind of talking to herself a little bit. So I knock on the little stall. I say, Marilyn, you okay, baby? She's like, yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay. I imagine she did it like this. I'm okay. So she was like, I'm okay. I'm okay. So she flushed the toilet. She opens it. I'm standing there looking at her. I say, Marilyn, baby, who was you talking to? She was like, and she pulls out this cell phone, y'all, this little old cell phone. She was like, I was talking to my twin. When did you get a cell phone? Yes, Marilyn was 5 or 6 years old with a cell phone. So I was like, you on the phone with your twin? She was like, yeah, I was talking to my twin. So I was like, I'm like, okay, well, shit. Her parent bought her phone, you know, I guess. She 5 or 6. Apparently, she know how to work the damn phone. You know. So Marilyn, you know, I'm looking at the top of her little head while she wash her hand, because I'm thinking at this point, like, what the hell she get a cell phone? It's like a month and a half I've been working here. The little girl ain't pull out no damn cell phone. Where she get this cell phone from? So she finished washing her hands, and she know the little kids, they like to run and skip. She runs and skips out of the bathroom, and I'm walking out the bathroom looking stupid, because I'm like, when the hell she get this cell phone? So we go back into we almost close back to the cafeteria, and half of the line is in the cafeteria, and it's like the rest of the kids, they're on their way walking into the cafeteria. Marilyn was at the back of the line. Like I said, she was one of the last kids in the restroom. Girl, tell me why we almost inside of the cafeteria. Marilyn takes off skipping, laughing like Chucky to the bathroom. She was like, and I'm like, Marilyn, come back, Marilyn. It's like she didn't hear me. She just took off running to the bathroom. So I let the rest of the line go back in the cafeteria. I have them sit down, because I wasn't so like ready to just run after her, y'all, because the bathroom literally was right there. You can literally see the bathroom. If she comes out, I can see her. So I'm thinking, hey, Marilyn, she probably got to use the bathroom. She, you know, maybe she got to do her thing. So I wasn't really in a rush to run after her, because I can see the bathroom from here. So I let the kids finish going in the cafeteria. Y'all sit down. Y'all finish your homework. Hey, you get the blocks. You pull out the balls. We going to the court. You get this. Y'all get this ready, because when I come back, we going to the PE court, right? So the kid's like, yes, Miss Londa, yes, Miss Londa. Miss A over there handling her group or whatever. Now, mind you, Marilyn is part of Miss A group, like I just said. Miss A wasn't even paying attention to Marilyn, because Marilyn is so under me all the time. It's pretty much like she was in my group at this point. So The kids like, yes, Miss Londa, yes, Miss Londa, we ready to go to the court. I make sure they were settled in. I'm still looking from time to time at this bathroom because, again, y'all, I'm thinking Marilyn had to take a shit. Maybe she had to poop. Who knows? So, like 3 minutes after that, I go walk to the bathroom stall. And I go walk to the bathroom. I mean, I walk inside and it's quiet like it was the first time. But I see her little feet under the stall, y'all. So I'm like, what's like, this is weird. So I'm just standing there with my hands like this. I'm just looking. So I'm like, Marilyn, baby, you okay? Like, you using the bathroom? She was like, no, I'm talking to my twin. So at this point, I started pulling on the stall. It was like ding, 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 ding. So I'm like, come on, Marilyn, come on, let's go. Like, you know, I didn't even know you had a cell phone, baby. Like, you have to come out and come back in the cafeteria. We were getting ready to go to the PE court. She's like, okay, Miss Londa, okay. And again, I imagine her saying it like this. Okay, Miss Londa, okay. So she comes out, she put her little cell phone in her pocket, and we go walk to the cafeteria. Now, I was disturbed by this. So I'm sitting down. Once the kids are in the PE court, I'm sitting down with Miss A because we're doing like an attendance thing. We're going over our paperwork that we have to do, and we just, because it's real quick, so we just sitting down in the cafeteria real fast while the kids playing, and I'm disturbed. So I'm talking to Miss A. Now, if y'all not familiar with the other story time, me and Miss A didn't get along. She ain't like us, and we ain't like her. When I say us, me and the boss, she ain't like, but we had to talk sometimes. So I'm sitting there and I'm disturbed. I'm like, okay, you technically her counselor. So let me ask Miss A. I said, Miss A, did you know Marilyn had a cell phone? She was like, a cell phone? I was like, yes. I say she was in the bathroom stall talking to her twin in the with her cell phone, and Miss A was like, I didn't even know she had siblings. Like, I had no clue. I talked to her parent every day when she picked her up, and I had no idea she had a cell phone. And I was like, right, because you know that's your girl, but you know she with me all the time, and I've never seen her pull out this cell phone or whatever. So Miss A just like, yeah, that's kind of strange. And then I was like, you know, once we came back to the cafeteria, the little girl, she just ran off on me, skipping and hopping like Chucky. And she was in the bathroom for a very long time, allegedly talking to this twin. And Miss A is just like, I had no idea she have any siblings because her parent never brought up the fact she have any siblings. And let me tell you something, Miss Marilyn, I like you, little girl. You very classy. I like you, but let me tell you something. If I find out you haunted, or I find out you talking to ghosts or something, our relationship is over, Marilyn. Listen, I was really thinking like maybe she have like some kind of imaginary friend. Who is she talking to on the phone? And where did she get the cell phone? Strange to say the least. Let's say it was strange to say the least. The fact that her counselor and I had no idea she had a cell phone, one. And two, this twin she keeps talking about and talking to allegedly in the bathroom stalls is just like, you know, we talked about it for a little bit, Miss A and I, and we kind of let it rest because yeah, other kids didn't have cell phones her age, but who's to say that her parent just wasn't precautionary reasons? You know, it's all kind of fumes happening at the schools. Who knows? Her parents may have her reasoning for her to have a cell phone. Who knows? Yay! This day was pizza day, so we decided to have like a little pizza party for the kids. Everybody be excited for a pizza party. Even me, I was like, yeah, we finna have some Papa John's up in this piece. I'm excited, but I was a little late to the party, y'all, because I had to stay in one of the classrooms on the computer because I was at my like finale, my finalization of my certification for the child care stuff. Like I told y'all, when they hired me, I didn't have my certifications, but they allowed me to work. This day, my boss was like, girl, you only got one little test to do. Go in the classroom, finish it. So I was late to the pizza party. Not that late, but I was a little late. So I'm doing that, you know, I finish it. I passed the test, y'all. I got, you know, I was certified to have my little child care license. You couldn't tell me anything. I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to run this whole school. I'm going to take everybody's job. I'm going to do it all. Girl, listen. Not only did I pass my little final test, we having a pizza party. So when I got my little test results, you know, I forwarded it to the boss and I go ahead into the cafeteria to the pizza party. Soon as I walk in, who runs up to me? Miss Marilyn. Miss Marilyn had missed the girl. She runs up to me. She gives me a big old hug. And now, mind you, half of the pizza was already gone at this point, but it was plenty more pizza. It was so much more pizza. When I say we had maybe, I don't want to lie, I want to say maybe 40 to 50 children. We had so many boxes of pizza, probably like 20 to 30, I don't know, boxes of pizza. It was a lot of pizza. So I get to my snacks. I'm sitting down. Of course, Melanie is locked arms with me. We're playing Mancala. Everybody is having a good time. The kids are behaving themselves, maybe because their bellies are full. Yeah. So we're having a good time and we're talking. Marilyn finished her pizza and she says, can I take some food home for my twin? And I was like, yeah, if it's leftovers, of course, baby, you could take home pizza for your twin or whatever. She's not here. I don't care. Now, I'm keeping an eye on her because I told you about this phone. I'm trying to see when she's going to pull it out, call her twin, text her twin, anything. Look, 5, 6 year old, right? So she never pulls out her phone. So I'm staring at Marilyn like, hey, she's a smart little girl. Like her parents bought her a cell phone, but she don't pull it out all times of day. She's very smart. She only pulls it out in the bathroom. I'm looking at her like she's a smart little girl. I'm like, okay, I'm looking at her, just making sure she's okay, playing with the other children. So she just kept talking about her twin, y'all. Kept talking about her twin, how her twin, she's gonna be excited about the pizza. Oh, can I bring her extra juice? I'm like, yeah, you could take her extra juice because we always had an overflowage of juice and like nachos. We always had like an overflowage of that kind of stuff. The PB&J sandwiches, take it all, Marilyn, because they always make us take it home. So she was talking about this twin the whole time. We had a little movie going for them. In fact, we played Shrek. We had Shrek on the TV. We had the pizza going, the snacks, the drinks is flowing. Everybody, we had a good time, right? But Marilyn kept talking about her twin while we was playing the games. So I asked her, I'm like, well, since we're having a party today, will your twin be with your mom to pick you up today? And she started jumping up. She was like, yes, she's gonna be here today. My mom is gonna bring her today. Like, and so I get a little happy. I go to Miss A. I'm like, okay, Miss A, like, because this was the thing that us three, me, Miss A, the boss, was talking about. Marilyn with this phone and this twin, she just keep running around talking about, like. So I go to Miss A. I'm like, Miss A, Marilyn says the twin is going to come with mom today for pickup. So Miss A is like, okay, finally, because I thought something fishy was going on. I'm like, ditto, girl. Ditto. Me too. Tell me we have to go rescue Miss Marilyn from some kind of situation she got going on at the house. I'm 10 toes down. But okay, the twin is going to show up today. Marilyn is excited. We all excited. The day is going on. And the pickup time was 6 o'clock. Well, the latest was 6 o'clock. If you 6 o'clock, you're late. So pickup times was 5, 6 o'clock. Understand? For some reason, Marilyn's parent was always late. Her mom was always late. Her mom was always not very, very late, but her mom would pick her up like 6:15, 6:20, 6:30. That's late for us because at 6 o'clock, we're leaving. So her mom would always pick her up very late. So it's like 6, I don't know. It's after 6 this day. It's us three. Marilyn sitting there with her little, we done wrapped her little leftovers up or whatever. And mom walks through the door and it's just mom. There's no twin. There's no twin. Me, Miss A, the boss, Natasha, we look at each other because, like I said, this was the talk between us. This was the gossip between us three because this is becoming a mystery at this point. We didn't see any twin. Where is the twin? What's going on? So we didn't say anything, but mom comes up to us and she signs her out and she asks us how was Marilyn's day. And Marilyn is always a beautiful, delightful young lady, very, very well spoken. Marilyn is very smart. That's my girl. So I always give mom a great rapport about her. So we telling mom that Marilyn was a great little girl. So Marilyn has her leftovers in her hand and they walking out. So mom noticed it. So mom was like, why do y'all give her all this food and stuff? And we're just like, it's just we always have a lot of food left over. So mama's just like, well, we're so grateful for it. You guys are so generous, all the extra juice and stuff. Marilyn just loves it or whatever. I don't know why none of us was like, we gave it for the twin, but we didn't say that. But the mom was just like, we so grateful for it. You know, we love the extra snacks, and it carries her on to the next day. We just love it. Mom was on that kind of tip, you know, just pretty much thanking us for the snacks. All right, that day happened, and let's just say a week later, I'm pissed. Marilyn comes to aftercare. She sit next to me, and she just have this bruise on her, right? Just big bruise on her arm, and it's purple. So I asked Marilyn, I'm like, you know, what's up with the bruise? Mama, like, you know, what happened to you? She like, oh, me and my twin was playing, and she pushed me down, and whatever, this whole little spew. She's 5. So I'm like, okay, you know. So she goes to put out her cell phone out her book bag, y'all, the little beat up phone, and she's going through the pictures. Very, very smart. And I'm just in awe looking at Marilyn like maneuver her story to me, maneuver through the phone to pull up her pictures to me. And she's showing me these pictures on her phone, and she's flicking her little finger through the, you know, just showing me the pictures. Now, these pictures was every way but right. I'm talking about, it was cartwheels. None of the pictures had an actual face to it. It was just snippets of feet, floor, ceiling, toes, whatever. Like, so she pulls up this one picture, and it was like a picture of like a little hand or whatever. It just had fingers in it, y'all. It was not a picture. It was just a snippet of something. So she was like, "That's my twin. Like that's my twin. That's who put the bruise on me." She was like, she's 5. In her mind, she don't know that she's trying to convince me at that age. Maybe she did. I don't think she understood though. But she was trying to convince me. She was showing me the picture of the fingers, and she was like, "Look, that's my twin. That's my twin." So I'm like, okay, Marilyn, it's fine, it's fine. Y'all know what I did. I go to Miss A girl, and I'm like, Miss A, you see the bruise on Marilyn's arm? She was like, yeah, I saw that. And I'm like, well, she told me that her twin did it. She showed me a picture in her phone of some fingers or whatever. So Miss A is getting more disturbed. I'm getting more disturbed. And we're just like, where these fingers come from? Like, she got this phone. Like, who is this twin? Like, the mom has not one time mentioned her having a twin. What's going on? Okay, so now things are starting to become a little more like serious to us. Like, all the other children had their own little problems, and I would make more story times about the kids that stuck out to me, and I remember going through things with them. I make it like another story time about a kid that had other issues, but the same day that she showed me the picture of the fingers and trying to show me her twin or whatever, it just was a little weird. Like, all 3 of us, me, Natasha, and Miss A, we started like to really like focus on Marilyn a little more, y'all, because it's like, what's really going on? So this day, like I said, I was watching her, so I always would tell her to go do stuff for me, like I told y'all, because that was my little girl, you know. I tell Marilyn to go in the closet again. And this day, her attitude was just different. She just was not happy little girl this day. So she's in the closet, and like I mentioned before, she's just standing in the closet extra. She's just standing there, just staring at the back of the closet for a little bit. And I pointed to Miss A, and I'm like, Miss A, look at her. Like, look, that's what I'm talking about. Love Marilyn, but this is what I'm talking about. That little weird shit she be doing. She's standing at the closet, just staring at the back of the door. I don't know if she see Narnia in the back of that thing or what, who she talking to, but it's creeping me out. So I'm like, Marilyn, come here. Marilyn, come here. She turns around, she come back. I'm like, Marilyn, who are you? What you doing? Like, why you be standing in the closet? Like, now I'm talking to her. Like I said, she's smart. She understands. I'm talking to her. What's really going on, sister? She was like, oh, nothing. Oh, nothing. Like, usually she would say she's on her phone or she was talking to her twin. This time she was just like, oh, nothing. Nothing. I just nothing. So I'm like, okay, baby, like, it's okay. You know, I'm just making sure you're okay. You know, just reassuring that I was just checking up on her. So we're gonna get to it. We're gonna get to it. So this is why her personality was changing, y'all, and it was really affecting my girl Marilyn. So this day, mom is late again. She comes in at like 6:30 this day. She's like extremely late this day. I remember because we was complaining about it. Like, she was real late this day. She busts through the door at 6:30. She come pick up to come pick up Marilyn. She's yelling at Marilyn, "Oh, hurry up, hurry up." How you gonna yell at her when you're late? But whatever. "Oh, hurry up, get your things. Let's go, let's go." She's trying to sign her out. So like 5 minutes go by. We see why she was rushing. Dad comes walking busting through the door. We know it's dad because mom is like, well, Oh, David, you can't be here. You know you can't be here. You can't be here. Why are you here? You know you have no rights to her. You can't talk to her. So they're getting a little loud. So even though Marilyn mom was very late this day, we had like two little kids. Their parents was late this day too. So they was sitting at the tables waiting on their parents to go get them. And mom and dad was getting a little loud in front of the children. So me and Miss A, we go walk up to mom and dad and we like, hey, can we just step outside of the cafeteria because we have two little children here. You get it? So they walk outside of the cafeteria, and us three, Natasha, Miss A, and we're all outside of the cafeteria door. And Mama's just like, we're having a divorce. He know he's not supposed to be here. He's not supposed to be around Marilyn. He know he can't have her. He's not supposed to be here. So, oh, that's probably a problem. You feel me? So she was like, we're having a divorce. We've been going through this for a whole year. He know he's not supposed to be here. And I'm like, okay, this is a lot for me and for Marilyn. So we're just trying to calm them down. They arguing, they going at it. They not loud, but they getting a little loud. You know, you're not supposed to have contact with Marilyn, and dad is just like, well, she's my daughter too. She's my daughter too. And I'm just like, it was a lot, y'all. Mom is like, that's why I'm leaving you. This is why I want a divorce. You do too much. And David is just like, well, fuck you, Melissa. Marilyn's my daughter too. And they just going at it. They going at it. So Mom just snapped out of nowhere. She looked at us, looked at me specifically, and she was like, and why do you keep giving Marilyn all of these snacks and all of these extra stuff when she come home? First of all, a week ago, you said that we were so generous and she appreciated and it carried her over to the next day, the snacks and the juices and the sandwiches we give her. What's different today? Not David here and you want to show out in front of him and say we be giving her extra snacks? All right. So, so I spoke up. I was like, well, you know, we do have extra juice and sandwiches all the time. It's more than enough to let the kids take home extra. Plus, you know, we know she have a twin. I'm giving it to her for the twin. Mom is like, what twin? I was like, you know, Marilyn twin, her sister. The mom was like, she don't have a twin. And then I was like, well, on her cell phone, she be talking to her all the time. And she showed me a picture of her before, you know, like, she be, you know, she's very respectful though, you know, she don't talk on the phone when she's not supposed to, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, so I'm like, she's very respectful. She don't talk on the phone when she's not supposed to. She just texts her every now and then. Mama's like, she's not supposed to have what phone? So me, Miss A, and the boss, we like, the fuck going on here? So dad jumped in and dad was just like, she don't even have a twin, but she has an older sister that's in another state and she's currently in hospice. So I'm just like, whoa, like, what's going on? Like, dog, y'all, I be so back then I was high too. I was like, whoa, what's going on? Like, you know, I was like, what's going on? So that was just like, she don't even have a cell phone. She's 5. So when he said that, mom grabs her book bag, Marilyn's book bag, and she started going through it. Y'all, she pulls out this little cell phone, and mom looking at it, and she looking at Marilyn, and she's like, Marilyn, where did you get this cell phone? Not little Marilyn done stole somebody's phone. So mama's just like, Marilyn, I know you didn't steal somebody's cell phone. Where did you get this phone, honey? And Marilyn is just speechless. Like when you get caught, she was like a deer in headlights. She was speechless. So I'm looking at Marilyn too, because Marilyn, who is your twin and where did you get this cell phone from? So dad is jumping in. Dad is like, Marilyn, where did you get the cell phone? Mom is like, where did you get the cell phone? Apparently, Marilyn has stole the cell phone. And who is this twin? Like, y'all, I was so fucking confused. So, y'all, when we were all just looking confused, and mom snatched the phone and she grabbed her book bag and she signed her out, and they all leave, y'all. They really just left in a hurry, y'all. It was so strange, and us three was just left standing there in awe, just quiet. So I want to say that was my first time, you know, looking back at everything, that was my first time witnessing a child with mental illness, with mental issues. Like, seriously, y'all, that was my first time. I don't know what happened after that, y'all, because your girl got fired the next week. I got fired the next week. I'm gonna link that video down below. Your girl got fired the next week. Me and the boss, we both got kicked the fucking to the curb. They let us go. Like I wonder what happened after that situation. But I want to say that was my very first time witnessing a small child with mental illness. Like, I'm putting it down to mental illness, y'all. Wouldn't you say that? And I want to say maybe the divorce, because when you have a divorce and you have children, it not only affects you two, it affects your children. So maybe y'all work with me. Y'all come put down in the comments what y'all think this was. I think maybe the divorce had some kind of effect on little Marilyn brain and made her have imaginary thoughts or whatever. Why she stole a cell phone? I still don't know where Marilyn get that cell phone from. Till this day, she said she had to steal somebody. Who the fuck fingers was those in the pictures though? Who? So maybe the divorce is causing her mental problems. Maybe Marilyn had an imaginary friend. Do y'all think she had an imaginary friend that she was talking to on the phone? Maybe the divorce was causing little Marilyn brain to have bad chemistry, and maybe she had an imaginary friend. Do y'all think that it was a ghost? Do y'all think that little Marilyn was talking to a ghost? I have no idea. These are the questions I still have myself, because your girl was kicked to the curb the next week. But do y'all think that little Marilyn was talking to a ghost? Like, I don't know. And last but not least, why her parents wasn't paying attention to her? Why nobody noticed her having a cell phone? Why nobody noticed her talking to herself, to her twin? You think it could be telepathy? I'm going to say telepathy. You think it could be telepathy? Her sister that was in hospice, because when you're in hospice, you're pretty much on your way to passing away. Y'all think it could have been, what y'all think in the comments? The divorce had her in depression, maybe seeing things. Maybe little Marilyn was seeing a ghost. Maybe she had an imaginary friend. Child, maybe it was telepathy with her older sister. Who knows? Like, y'all, I'm telling you, I was fired the next week, and I have other little stories about other little kids there, but child, I miss little Marilyn. Yeah, she would be so older right now. She probably would be in high school, actually. High school? Yeah, she would be in high school right now. It would be a pleasure to see Marilyn today and see how she's doing now. But y'all, leave a comment down below and let me know what y'all think about the story time, what y'all think happened to little Miss Marilyn. Honey, and y'all know, subscribe to the channel if you're not. Like the video, of course. Leave y'all comments down. Hype me up. Hype me up. That's going to help me grow. And y'all know, until next time, peace.